Welcome to episode 359 of the Game Deflators Podcast. My name's John, and I am joined by Ryan.
Hey, everybody, here at the Game Deflators Podcast, we like to talk about games. We've recently picked up games we're currently playing, and pinch me, I'm dreaming in this week's Inflation Deflation Challenge.
So we're playing a little bit of Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland on the GBA this week. But Ryan, what else is on the docket today?
So the nightmare is just beginning as Nintendo's dark dream starts to take shape. Then, wake me up when it's over. Nintendo's September Direct ends. And finally, we close it out with that inflation deflation.
Oh, you messed up, Ryan. It's supposed to be Wake Me Up When Nintendo's September Direct Ends. That's how the lyrics go for Green Day. Yeah, see?
Damn. I was supposed to reword that, wasn't I?
Yeah, you're not as punk as we thought you were. All right, well, you can find us on thegamedeflators.com, our currently up-to-date website. We're also on social media, at Game Deflators on X, at The Game Deflators on Instagram, Facebook, and Threads, and Blue Sky. We're also a podcast on all those great podcast applications. And, of course, you can find us on YouTube. So if you're watching, thank you. If you're not, you should be. Go ahead and like, subscribe, watch our shorts. We try to do some little snippets here and there, and we're having some fun with it. So. All right.
Yeah, just because it's starting to become fall doesn't mean you can get rid of the shorts.
Oh, my God. All right. Sequel September continues, but first, let's go ahead and do our pickups for the week. So I don't have any pictures here because they're all, or things to show because they're all connected, but I got the 8BitDo wireless adapter for the PlayStation 2, which is pretty badass, man. So essentially, you plug in this PS1 looking memory card adapter thing into your system. It connects via Bluetooth to a PS4, PS3, or PS5 controller. So it's very odd right now to be playing Prince of Persia 2 on a PlayStation 5 controller, but that's what I'm doing. So there's that piece. And then I also got this really cool PS2 like AV to HDMI wire of some sort. So it has a little adapter that says like 16:9 or whatever the other sizing is. And it has a USB cable that connects to the front on the actual PlayStation 2 at the front of the FAT system. And it just converts to HDMI. Looks super smooth, no issues with it. And it's interesting because you had mentioned before you were recording that you had just gotten the component cables. So you actually have to go into the system settings actually and switch it to be the component cable setup. So it converts to HDMI, but it has that component cable coloration on there, which is nice. So, and then I just said we're playing Prince of Persia 2. So my wife and I beat Neva last week, as we had talked about, and we went ahead and booted up Prince of Persia 2 as her next game. And, or not Prince of Persia 2, Prince of Persia PS2, so Sands of Time. That is the next game that we're playing right now. And you and I played it on the podcast, God knows when. I think it was when I was at my old house. So it had to be 3-4 years ago.
It was a long time ago. That's a great one.
Yeah.
They still haven't made that remake that they announced like 5+ years ago.
So I didn't realize it, but they released a copy on PS3, like the trilogy on there for like $35 or $40 for a complete in box. But it kind of got me to thinking, like, why am I going to spend $35 or $40 doing that when I can buy the adapter and the HDMI cable, throw my PS2 downstairs, play wirelessly with the ability to charge the controller on a PS5 setup that I have, and I can play any PS2 game I want versus, you know, the collection on PS3. So that kind of worked out. But that's it for me, man. Very slim week for me.
Yeah, so I had no pickups this week. I am still playing Silk Song. Now that it's out, people have been talking about it for a while. It's still tough. I bashed my head against this boss for like 2 sessions. It was the Moorwing. It's like one of the early bosses that some people have been having a hard time with, but it's like I had like the first phase down so easy, but the second phase like took me a while to get through, and then I tried to look up some like tips online finally, and I didn't find them really especially that helpful. I just kind of buckled down and just sat down and kind of ground it out until I got it done. But one thing that I'm kind of looking not so forward to now is that a lot of people have complaining about the run backs to the boss fights. So I am probably going to get pretty discouraged in the future when I run into like some boss that is beating me senseless, and then it also takes like 2 minutes to run back to the boss through like all of these enemies. Because like that's the thing, like even just running to some basic areas to do some things, like if an enemy hits you, it's like it really sucks. It's not just something that's like really easy to get over because like you have to spend your whole like bar to heal even if you've only taken like 1 damage or 2 damage. So I don't know. It just some of the mechanics are a little bit weird still, but I'm still very early in the game. I'm gonna keep playing it tonight, hopefully. And then other than that, this week I just on happenstance, I think it was Wednesday or Tuesday, I can't remember. But I flipped on Twitch and I was like, oh, what is this? Dota. Dota's back, baby. It's TI. So it is the main stage now. I think tomorrow is like already the semifinals because the finals is on Sunday. Or so I guess tomorrow would be like probably the quarterfinal matches. Uh, but it's gonna be sick. I'm super pumped. I haven't watched Dota in a while, and it's kind of fun to just like suddenly find that it's TI again when I just randomly turned it on to look. So I'm excited about that. I will talk more about that when it's over. It's also kind of weird because like I was following it close-ishly for a while. Like I had that app and I was trying to watch like all the majors and stuff. That was probably like 2 or 3 years ago now. And there's just been like so many new players that I don't know and characters that I've never even seen and all this stuff. It's weird being a spectator of a game and having no idea like actually what's going on in the game itself as the game is going. You know, I only check in when it's these events, and I'm surprised at how much memory and knowledge I have of like the game and items and certain things, and like when they talk about the metas and like what characters are good, it's like interesting to know like how they used to be good or for, you know, what types of builds. Like I guess this tournament it's all about like the Helm of the Dominator item, which allows you to control like a creep on the map and use it as like a sub character. And it's just like I guess they better watch out for Nintendo. um but it's a I don't know. It's fun. I'm having a good time. It's exciting to check back in with that. So I'll talk about that more next week, I
Yeah, I
guess,
was gonna
when
say
it's
we
over.
have to have your like annual Dota conversation. It, every year.
Right?
Yeah, you typically do it every year. Hey, one other item actually for my pickups. It's not here yet, but I pre-ordered Silent Hill F.
Ooh, my wife is so
Yeah,
excited for that one.
yeah, no,
But
same.
I think it's going to be on Game Pass.
I don't know. I got PS5, so I'm not. Well, I mean, it probably is gonna be on like whatever.
Are you going to So you pre-ordered it because you're going to play it like right away?
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm playing that right
Okay.
away. So I'll be streaming that whenever it's in hands, which kind of sucks.
Did you play 2 Remake?
No, I didn't. No, I've only played a handful of Silent Hill games, but it doesn't matter. Silent Hill, it's all its own thing. It's going to be set in Japan, and it looks amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and play that, and that kind of sucks because I really haven't jumped too much into Witcher. I did play some Witcher since we last recorded, and got a little
You're
further.
running out of time,
Yeah,
John. How's it feel,
oh
John?
god, it sucks, man. I haven't got like it's mainly because of like I said last time, Witcher just has this whole like back and forth type of deal, and it God, man, like and you have to do side quests to some extent to gain your levels so you can get stronger. So it's like what the heck? And there's like one mission I'm on right. So it's interesting. There's a mission that I'm on right now. I got to get this like golem, I think, or I forget what it is, but yeah, I think it's a golem, and it's completely encased in stone, and there's all these lightning rods, and basically it's a main mission, but it's like very vague on what you're supposed to do for this main mission. And so they're like, "Oh yeah, if you want to deal with this, you got to get this lightning rod." Okay, well, how do I get a lightning rod? Well, I got to go to one person who says, "Hey, yeah, I can help you with a lightning rod. Come back tomorrow." Okay, cool. Got the lightning rod. Now what else do I got to do? Well, now I have to get 500 gold to be able to get some druids to help make some lightning for me. I've only got 250 gold. So you know what that means? I got to do a bunch of damn missions to make it happen. So it's driving me crazy, dude. So I like the game. I like the stories that are tied into it, and I'm really liking the atmosphere, but I'm hating the gameplay right now and all the back and forth. That is driving me crazy, dude. So much back and forth. So yeah, that's where it stands. But let's dive into our articles this week. And so, amid the Pal World lawsuit, Nintendo's patents have come in for a summoning characters. That's been the news all over. What? because
I dropped that Helm of the Dominator reference way too soon.
yeah, you definitely did. We should have, been a little more strategic with that one. But this one comes to us from a Gamer Rant or Gamer Ants, Game Rants, whatever you're gonna call it. But I got a
Gamer Ant.
Gamer Ants, yeah, Gamer Rants, Game Rants.
For all your ants out
All
there
of
that
your
love
ants.
games.
Yeah, I know. I mess it up all the time. Okay, so I've got the good old Copilot overview. I have read this so many times, so I'm like, I just want to get it right. So for people that aren't aware, you should be aware at this point, Nintendo went ahead and filed for patents with the US Patent Office. And essentially what they have done is they have put in patents for summoning of characters. And so the idea is you would figure the general idea is, oh, I throw a Pokeball, a character summon, it goes into battle, right? Kind of, but not really. So Nintendo was able to get through this patent by just, overbroad language and saying, hey, we could summon a sub character like a companion creature. That character can be summoned directly into combat with an enemy character into an empty space. It can be automatically triggered. There's also a few technical components that are tied in to make it seem like it's more than what it is. So it's like, oh yeah, the character, the player has to put input of this and input of that and walk in this direction and then summon a character. Like that's the technical aspect. Still super broad. So people are pissed because it's overbroad language. It's super vague and could apply to things like Final Fantasy, Diablo, Digimon, Elden Ring, for example. You said Ni no Kuni was another one. The Persona games, tons and tons of games out there throughout history that have had summons in place. It's not new. So summons have been a thing
Nintendo
for
acts like Pokemon's been around since the dawn of time.
Yeah, I know, right? So that's exactly what it is. So it's nothing new. And then stifling of creativity. It's a big thing too, right? So when you consider, hey, Nintendo has a patent, we can't do anything that's anywhere close to that because we could get sued by Nintendo. So if I'm a small developer, I'm not even going to come close to this summoning type of mechanic because, Nintendo could sue me, right? So that's a big issue there. It does target competitors, so Palworld being the main reason behind a lot of this. But a lot of people, like legal experts, are pretty pissed off because, in general, this is very broad. It shouldn't have passed the way that it is right now. And they're saying, hey, look, this is ridiculous. Like it went way too quickly through the system. Normally, there's a little bit of contesting and back and forth. They didn't have much of that. So a lot of people are put under conspiracy hats of, did Nintendo pay them off and things of that nature. But beyond that, when it came to things like, what I had mentioned, the technical aspects of the input, that's again still very overbroad. But the good thing about this patent is it could technically get revoked. So if let's just say they take or Pocket Pair to court, Pocket Pair could honestly argue like, hey, overbroad language. There's a ton of games already out there that are in existence that use this exact same concept. This is nothing new. We're going to go ahead and contest it. And so what ends up happening is if a judge agrees that it's overbroad language, it can actually get revoked at that point. So it's saying, hey, they got the patent. That isn't necessarily the end all be all. There are chances that this does get revoked down the road. But really what it kind of comes out to is honestly, Nintendo just trying to put a monopoly on the market for, everything and anything they can. And there's a lot of people out there that one of the reasons that they're pissed off about this as well is how does it shape the game industry? So you could run into a situation where, oh, Nintendo got that particular patent very quickly, right? Well, we want to put a patent for this mechanic, and we're going to put a patent for that mechanic. And so now you have all of
Sorry,
these.
Nintendo, no more Splatoon. Super Soakers exist.
So basically, you could have a patent war coming of all of these different video game developers, like trying to patent everything in every which way, right? And so stifling creativity all across the board. I don't know. I kind of think it's gonna be a wild, wild west here pretty soon with video game developers and patents.
Well, and nobody cares. Like the Nintendo obviously doesn't care. Like if they're willing to just be like, we're gonna do this, like no matter how much they want to support small games and try to act like they're this big proponent for creativity and stuff, not really, I guess.
Yeah, Nintendo in this respect with patents, Nintendo is definitely, I think, more so stifling creativity, and it's trying to put as much overbroad language as they can into this patent to scare people is what it comes down to. how many people can we scare and into thinking, yeah, there's going to be a lawsuit and we can't find it? And Nintendo has a history of this anyways, right? Like they'll take companies to the ground financially through different lawsuits. And like
Oh,
these,
they just destroyed that MiG Switch guy
oh
last
yeah,
week.
you had like $2 million or something in fees that he owes now. Um, yeah, that's one instance right there. I mean, that was a different situation. I mean, he was straight up, in a sense, stealing from the organization with what he was doing. But as far as Nintendo's concerned,
Every PAL thrown out of a sphere is a nickel out of Mario's pocket.
yeah, I think we could probably argue that is correct, and Nintendo would say no, it's a dime. So, or just those Yoshi coins, whatever the face value of the Yoshi coin is,
Right? Whatever a
that,
dragon coin
yeah.
goes for these days
Yeah.
on the open market.
Whatever that is, they're probably gonna make what is it? The I forget those damn things. The files, like the original files that people were messing with that are digital based and they pay a bunch of money. What the hell's it called again?
Oh, NFTs?
NFTs. Yeah, they're gonna NFT the coin. That's what it is. That's the face value. That's what you owe.
NFT coin.
Yeah, you owe a little Yoshi head coin every single time, and it's a face value of $10,000. So, all right. Well, either way, that's our patent check for the week, and I guess our update on the Pal World and Pokemon lawsuit that has been ongoing for some, well, not lawsuit, but a little legal battle that's been going on for some time. So, all right. What do you got, Ryan?
Yeah.
What's next?
So this week I'm talking everything announced at the Nintendo Direct, and that was actually just this morning for all you that care to know. And honestly, I didn't watch anything like right away. Like on my way home from work, I was listening to somebody Spawn Wave do his kind of summation, and then I went back and watched it, and boy howdy, man, I have never felt so much like I have grown up than watching this Nintendo Direct today. And I'm not just saying that like it was a bunch of kid games, although there was some of that, but just like the way they present it and the way they like talk to you while you're watching it, like I just feel like I'm in a classroom and like somebody bored is telling me something that I'm bored, and I'm just like, dude, I'm snoozing through half of this. And there were some interesting things that they showed off, but there was also just a bunch of dumb stuff. Like um they're doing the Virtual Boy. Woo, that's going to be the next like NSO release. They figured out a way to like make the image thing work, and they've got two ways that you can experience this. You can, cheap out and buy this little cardboard thing and then just like hold your Switch up to your face, or you can get this big full, it looks just like the OG, and put your Switch in there and then like hug up to the face of it, and it's just the most like, you'll fucking buy it, right? Like, you've got money, just buy it. Like, it's the most BS, like just blatant money grab I've ever seen, and I'm just so not here to pay whatever they're gonna charge for that thing.
It's $25.
And whatever is that how much it is?
It's 25. Yeah, it was sent to me today. Look, with Nintendo,
$25 for that, there's no way.
I mean, let me double check. Where the hell's my phone?
I mean, I just like, I'm surprised, but still, you know what? Whatever. Like, that's $25 worth of that sitting on a shelf that I don't have room for.
Let me double check. Yeah, look, let me see if it'll pop up on the screen. There you go.
Wait, no, that's the cardboard.
Yeah,
one.
that's what I'm saying. The $25 cardboard.
No, I'm talking about the big actual like full looking one.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I didn't look at that one.
Yeah, no,
that's
the one.
I was more interested.
I mean, but still, $25 for the cardboard one is garbage too.
I know, dude. I've never seen a company more fascinated with paper and cardboard since Mifflin than Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, it's ridiculous, man. $25 for damn cardboard that's gonna blind you when you put it on your Switch and just go like this.
I mean, John, you're one to talk about expensive cardboard, honestly.
Look, you know what? No, at least my cardboard can hold value. But it's Nintendo, so it's proprietary.
But it's for
cardboard.
Like
it's been patented. Like, it's the best cardboard in the market. They have a whole secret behind how it's created, and if you try to copy it, they'll sue you. So that's generally
if you take a picture of it and post it on your Instagram, they'll take your firstborn.
Yeah.
So the what else was going on there? There was a point where I was watching it. I was just like, there was one game where it was just like, you can play as this guy and shoot colors, and you got to match the colors to blow up the blah blah blah. And then it's like, you can only have 2 colors, so bring a friend. And I'm just like, who is wanting to play this? And then the next game is just like the most mobile game. It's just like, it's a circle and you shoot fruit into it, and like when 2 strawberries get together, they turn into an orange. And then when 2 oranges touch, they turn into a pamplemousse. And you
Wait,
just
what?
but you just like keep making bigger fruit until you get a watermelon, and you could do it 4-player. And I'm just like, why does this have like a 30-40 second spot where we get to learn the mechanics and like try to develop feelings for this game? Like, this is the most waste of space advertising. It'd be like,
I just want to know. I just want to know what a pamplemousse is. What the hell is that?
It's a grapefruit.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
But it's yeah, it's just like, it's such a waste of time. It'd be like having a Super Bowl ad for just like some garbage product that nobody cares about.
I mean,
Like,
that's kind of what we had here. Garbage product in the Super Bowl ad style.
yeah, but it's just like, I mean, I don't know how you get a spot like that, but there's no reason that Suika Game Planet deserves that much of a highlight, that like it took up my time. Like, there were more games in like the sizzle reel at the end that I cared about than half of the stuff that was like that in the show.
I just felt like from the creators of 1-2 Switch, 2-3 Switch. Like, I don't
Right,
know, like
exactly.
the red fish, blue fish.
Now you can turn around and do more stuff. But
oh my god.
Biker Samus. So they showed off Biker Samus because in the next Metroid Prime, Samus is going to have a motorcycle. And at first I was like, cool, look at this big empty desert. And then she did like a spin thing and she shot a thing. And I was just like, I don't know. Like, I guess she can have a motorcycle. Like, I feel like Nintendo wants to go like all big open world now that they have a console that can actually do that. But there's just nothing, like, if you don't put cool stuff to do, like, who cares? Like, I don't want to have to drive around as Samus so that I can go to the next Metroidvania level and then drive to the next one after that. Like, it's really not what the open space is about. The open space is like what you did in Zelda, where there's like a little thing here and there's a little spot over there and you could do all this little stuff.
It's
So like,
Samus Kart World.
yeah, so it's like maybe they'll get that in there and have it make sense, but it's just like, if they're just shoehorning in an open world and that's why it took them like 35 years to make this game, like, they could have slept on that and just made another one like the old ones and they would have been fine and good. Let's see what else. Pokopia, maybe the dumbest named Pokemon game. I'm not sure.
Out of all of them, though, that was probably my favorite one, to be honest.
Mine too. Yeah. So Pokopia, actually, it kind of got me. Like, I was like, wait, so this Ditto like tries to look like a person and then do stuff, and then it like learned a move, and I was like, oh, okay, so it's using its like Ditto-ness to like learn Pokemon moves to do the stuff.
To your point, though, what you were talking about, like the kid voice and all that, or like the talking down type of thing. It's like, what's that in the bushes? It's a Bulbasaur.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck?
It's like, duh, it's the most famous thing on Earth. Like, it's the first Pokemon other than Pikachu, and Pikachu's number 25. Like, Bulbasaur's number 1. Like, if you don't fucking know what a Bulbasaur is, like, find another Pokemon game, because this is not the one to get introduced to.
So my wife was like,
there's better ones to jump in on.
My wife was like, is this like Pokemon Sims? I'm like, I guess it'd be kind of cool if like it was Pokemon Sims, so like a Charizard burns down your Pokemon house, but it's not that in depth.
Well, I think it's more like Pokemon Animal Crossing.
Yeah, it's like Pokemon Animal Crossing.
I mean, once I kind of saw like, okay, there's like a bunch of Pokemon and they're doing like cute stuff and they're like all hanging out. And you can make little houses. Now I'm kind of in. So I'm like, see, I'm totally not opposed to Nintendo making games for kids. Like, obviously, Nintendo makes games for kids, but it's like when you wait for a direct and then half of it is just like baby talk nonsense, I'm like,
Well,
not here for
and
it.
then half of it being like games that are already on like the Switch 1,
Other
right?
stuff.
Yeah, so like, oh yeah, it's Mario Wonder Switch 2. And it's like, so it's the same thing.
Yeah, but now you could pay for more.
Yeah.
We put more that wasn't good enough for the first one, and now you could pay for it.
Nintendo with the
And
DLC,
it's
man.
like, yeah, they're like, oh, hey, guess what? Pokemon ZA, that's coming out. Guess what, bitches? We already have DLC. And you know what? You could buy it now before the first game's even out. Like, you could already give us your money for that one. How about that? And then,
To lock it in, here's a pack of stickers to go with it.
right?
And a keychain.
Stickers.
You're done. That's it. That's what most gamers need to hear, right? Like collector's edition. All right, I got FOMO. What comes in it? Keychain and stickers. I'm sold.
Right? Take my extra $50. So, and then they showed off the next Resident Evil, which I kind of had a realization while I was watching it that I feel is going to like dishearten like most future Switch 2 releases, honestly, that aren't Nintendo games. It's like, here's the worst version of this game on a key card, on a game key card. So you don't really own it, and it's way worse than any other version you could play. $80, please.
That's
Like,
that's pretty much
what's
what it
the
is.
pitch there? Like, people who have a Switch, it's cool that they'll be able to experience, some games, but there's just going to be so many games that aren't going to work for it. And I saw a reasoning, I don't even remember where I saw it today, but I was watching something today, and they were saying that whatever game that they were making for the Switch 2, they put it on a key card because like the data transfer rate for the regular game card wasn't fast enough. So like their game's engine wouldn't be able to play off the cart at a quick enough rate compared to what a disk transfer rate for data is able to do. And they never even really reached the point of discussing like the price point of putting it on that. I really wish I could remember who said it and what game it was, but it's like if the technology is already like just as it's released too old to catch up with the modern generation, like this is really just going to be like a PS4 machine. Like anything that you could play on the PS4, port it over to the Switch 2, and then Nintendo will make like 5 or 10 games that are fun over the next 10 years. And everything else will be match the colors with the size of fruits.
make pampamooses or whatever it was. Yeah, my wife was asking me recently if we're getting a Switch 2 anytime soon. It's like, no.
Why?
Like, well, yeah.
For what?
Exactly. There's so many good Switch.
Forsooth.
There's so many what? There's so many good
I don't know.
I don't know, man. There's so many good Switch games already and great PS5 games that are coming out still, PS4 games I'd love to play. I mean, there's generations of games before it that are worth playing. So I'm playing Prince of Persia 2 with her on a PS2 right now. Not Prince of Persia 2. I keep screwing that up. Prince of Persia Sands of Time on a PS2.
And you couldn't be happier.
Yeah, and I couldn't. Well, I don't know, man. The jumping between walls. I almost broke a control the other day. It was frustrating.
Dude, just you wait. Mario's going to patent that.
Then
they're going to go back in time and sue Ubisoft.
The wall jump.
They're going to take the Sands of Time from them, and they're going to end all games.
I could totally see Mario coming in and like pushing aside the main character, Prince of Persia, and taking the dagger and stabbing the Sands of Time or something. That'd be great. But yeah, I mean, it's a decent game so far. But yeah, there's some frustrating components of it, definitely. And it's, of course, much older looking. And the audio is, dude, I was like, there has to be something around the cable. The audio on that game is horrendous. I had to pump up the sound bar to like probably its highest level to be able to actually get it to sound good. And I Googled it and it's just like, oh no, the audio on this game is just shit. It's just not good audio. So it almost sounds mono at times, which kind of sucks. But all right.
Oh, one more thing I forgot.
Yeah,
So
yeah, go ahead.
they opened like half of the Nintendo Direct at first was all for the Mario 40th anniversary stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we have the
And
Galaxy movie.
yeah, and you know what? I don't know why I thought that the next Mario movie would be somehow uh, better titled,
Yeah.
but it's just like the Mario Galaxy movie is just such a
It is the
dumb,
Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Super Mario Galaxy movie,
think.
whatever. It's just like, okay, so it's just like you're gonna turn that game into a movie somehow. It's gonna be like him learning how to run around planets or something.
I texted somebody earlier today. I'm like, the Super Mario Galaxy movie probably comes with 3D glasses and its own barf bag that you have to pay like extra $20 just to get out of their proprietary cardboard. So, yeah.
I stopped playing Mario Galaxy when I was a kid because it was giving me a headache.
Yeah, I know. That was my thought too. Is like that game, like it's a good game.
People love it.
Yeah, it's nothing against the game, but like the going around in circles on planets, dude, I felt sick at times playing that game. That was years ago. So yeah, barf bags included with that film. Okay.
And not really any cool announcements other than that. Like they're going to release a package of Mario Galaxy 1 and 2
Yeah,
as
HD
like
remaster.
a bundle.
Yeah, it's like an HD
like,
remaster.
Yeah, Galaxy 1 was already on that last like 3D All-Stars that we got, and we just talked about that like a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I don't know, I felt like they could have done more, I guess, for it. And I also didn't realize that there's already like 3 Super Mario lands. Like they got one in Florida, one in California, and one in Tokyo. So it's like that seemed fast. Like I felt like it just opened like a couple years ago, and now there's like a bunch of them.
I think they were doing them all at the same time.
I guess
They just had different.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were like really close. I think it was Japan was first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it would have been probably California and Florida. I don't know. I haven't gone yet. I need to though. I think it'd be pretty cool. Check it out.
Well, yeah, I mean, you go to Florida more than anybody I know.
Yeah, I was just there not too long ago. So, all right, let's move past our Nintendo discussion, which is pretty much what took up the whole podcast. And hold on,
This is all Nintendo.
On to Nintendo again, actually. Yeah. What were our pickups? Now our pickups were the only thing that differed from Nintendo. Everything else was Nintendo today. All right, so inflation deflation. Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland, developed by HAL Laboratory, published by Nintendo, directed by Shinichi Shimomura, released in December of 2002. It is a platformer with an average reception of 8 out of 10. What is this game about, Ryan? And remember, it is sequel September.
Yeah, so Kirby is off to save the Star Rod and seal away Nightmare, the evil force released by King Dedede. It is an enhanced remake of Kirby's Adventure with some slight changes and a completely redone sound and visuals, added mini games and co-op, and the biggest addition being the Meta Nightmare play mode where you play as Meta Knight, you wreck shop.
Meta Nightmare. Yeah, and so for anybody, it's like it's not a sequel, it's a remake. Well, technically, it is a original
remake of the second Kirby.
Exactly.
Game.
Remake of the second game. So we're good. We're good on sequel September.
Yeah.
All right. This game was actually pretty good on the GBA. I enjoyed it. I thought that the sprites were actually very nice and clean, and
it's beautiful.
Yeah, the game handled very well. So great color work, great controls. Level design was for me a little simplistic, and it's Kirby.
Yeah,
I mean Kirby's more of like the entry level, I think, for
Kirby's
platforming.
like a first platformer.
Yeah,
and it's like this is a great one. Like honestly, it's fun. It's got like interesting powers. Like as a kid, this was an awesome game.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, like you have enemies you can suck in for like fire damage and like swords being thrown everywhere, like a lightning whip. You can grab bombs and throw the bombs at enemies and such. So it's pretty cool. Like there's a lot going on here, and I think for a kids game, this is certainly one that I think would be a great entry level into platforming. What I get to, like level 3 or 4 before I personally got bored. And a lot of that is it's not boredom in a sense of like the game isn't good. It's just boredom in the sense of from a platforming perspective, it's a little too simplistic for me and it doesn't engage me as much. So I'm like, all right, I'll put it down. But if this was a
It
younger,
doesn't even have like coins to like pick up and stuff.
yeah, if it was a younger audience, member that was playing this, and yeah, absolutely great for them. So yeah,
You should give this to Oliver.
I should. Um, but yeah, it's not too bad. Any other thoughts on it?
Yeah, it is one of those things where Kirby, I feel, is an awesome character, and I just have a hard time going and connecting with some of the games because they are pretty simple.
Hmm.
Um, like I've got a real soft spot for Kirby Crystal Shards for the N64. I feel like that's a little tiny step up because instead of just having the singular copy power, you can mix and match all the copy powers to make like very unique and different play styles. But I mean, it's one of those weird kind of like 2D, 3D, I guess like 2.5D, where like you're just on a straight path that you cannot diverge from, but that path can turn in space and everything is 3D, but you don't interact with more but one plane. So they just are, they're held back in those ways. And I know that there's other probably more advanced Kirby games that I haven't played because I've only played a handful of them, but I just I wish I could connect better with Kirby games because they are so like whimsical and they've got, like fun colors and ideas and stuff. And I'm sure that they're very enjoyable for the audience that they're intended for. But I feel that that time is behind me now.
Yeah, I've always heard that like Kirby, I probably mentioned on here, but like Kirby Epic Yarn is supposed to be a pretty good one. But from what I've heard, it's again kind of simple in the overall approach. And yeah, I mean, teach their own. It's not like it's a bad game in general. I mean, I think that we can both agree that it's a good game, along with other Kirby games, but it's just not for us specifically. It's more for that demographic that's younger. And I guess let's jump into and well, and I guess one last thing before we jump into this, but like the newer ones on Switch, I haven't played those yet, but they do look kind of interesting. So like being able to like
Yeah,
suck
the
up,
Kirby's like Ruined World or
yeah, like being
whatever.
able to suck up a car and like all that stuff. So it's on my radar.
Carby.
Carby, it's on my radar of something to get, but I just haven't picked it up yet. Okay. Complete in box copy of this will run you 102.82, peaked at 170.69 in June of 2022, trending down in price. A loose copy will run you 24.99. That peaked at 38.40 in April of 2022. That's holding steady. It is advertised right now as 39.99 at GameStop and 73.99 at DK Oldies because it comes with a warranty and it's been cleaned. That's exactly what it is. And then 15.99 at Walmart, which I would suspect is a reproduction from a third party seller. That's the only reason I can think of somebody
That was
selling on Walmart for that cheap.
Yeah, that was so weird. So like I've had this like advertised tag down here that like if I Google a game that we're playing and it comes up with like some kind of like, you know, advertisement or like discount price or whatever, I can try to like get the word out. Usually we're not playing like a current game, so it's not really relevant. But I was like, okay, I saw the GameStop price. I was like, oh yeah, they are kind of doing like retro stuff again. And I mean, that is overpriced compared to what I saw. So that makes sense. Then I was like, DK Oldies. Yeah, I've heard people talk shit about them. So yeah, that makes sense. And then I saw Walmart 15.99. What the hell? So I like went to it and I was like, okay, I'm going to back out. I'm just going to go to the main Walmart page and search for Kirby. And then I did. And I mean, there was a ton of like Kirby merch, like way more Kirby merch than I thought would be possible for Walmart to be selling because like
Yeah.
you go to a Walmart and you don't see that much stuff in there and you assume what they sell is in the store. But apparently there's way more stuff to walmart.com than I ever knew about because like
It's
you could find like every Kirby game ever made on that list.
yeah, it's third party. So Walmart's like Walmart Plus or whatever the hell
It's
they
just like
call it.
Amazon
It's
now.
exactly like Amazon. So you can go in there's third party. Like that's actually that Bloomberg box I bought. I bought that through Walmart. So you can generally get some good deals on there from different sellers. So they're third party sellers and it's easy to search up just like Amazon. You would in my case, I put in Bloomberg and it gives me like, oh yeah, the lowest one is 130, and then there's other sellers selling it for this much, and here's what the shipping costs and all that. So it's not as intuitive, I feel, as like Amazon's application, as far as being able to search things up. And for me, it's a little bit slower at times, but it's a good resource for like different types of products that, you know, maybe you can't find locally, or even on Amazon. And the pricing has been pretty competitive from what I've experienced. Like I buy most of my Magic booster boxes, I actually buy off Walmart through third party sellers.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's cheaper than TCG. Oftentimes cheaper than TCG. The shipping is generally faster, and it's cheaper than Amazon in some instances as well. I want to say that Bloomberg box is 150 on Amazon, and I got it for 130 on Walmart. So
Cool.
yeah. Okay, so as far as this game is concerned, uh, it's a rough one, man. Like
Unfortunately,
I think it's
yeah,
I think it's inflated purely based on
yeah.
like what it is. Um, Especially a complete box. Complete box is definitely inflated, but you know,
Well, those
24.99.
little boxes, everybody threw those away.
That's a good point, but like,
That's the reason that the box is so expensive. But like the thing is, if you look at the historic price list for this, like this was a $9, $10 game before 2020.
yeah, like
And
everything else.
then that's when it like shot up and now it's like over $20. So like for like $10, that's the kind of game that this is. You know, like this is just like a cheap, fun little Game Boy game. But the thing is, they don't make cheap, fun little Game Boy games anymore. And they're only going to get harder and harder to find. So it just kind of makes stuff like this kind of spoiled because, like, it's not worth the $25.
Well,
Like, but you're never going to be able to get it for less than that, probably. Like, it's probably only going to get more expensive from here.
you can get a reproduction, I guess, at Walmart, assuming it's a repro.
For $15, baby. That's what you're going to buy.
Well, so when you take into COVID pricing, for instance, you know, say, hey, it was $10 at one point. This is what, like 150% increase in what it costs, if my math is correct on that. So I could see if like, okay, 50% increase due to COVID and the hype and all that happened with that, right? And that's what
Inflation.
yeah, inflating it. That's what you get on the Walmart one. Even if you factor in inflation, let's just say like a rate of what, 3% or 5% every year for 4 years since then, or 5 years. That's still like not $24.99, right? So I would think if you factor in inflation, you factor in the COVID bump and all that, you're maybe looking at 18 to $20, right? So even taking that in consideration, the price is still inflated based on that alone. And in GameStop and DK Oldies, I don't know what they're smoking.
Yeah.
So, all right. So this game is inflated. What do we have for our sequels? Should we do?
We got to think about it. We can't commit to something right now.
I keep saying Prince of Persia 2, Ryan. I think we need to play the second Prince of Persia game. What?
Oh, okay. We'll do our best.
We'll do our best. All right. All right, fine. All right, we'll commit to something. It'll be next week. But until then, this has been episode 359 of the Game Deflators Podcast. My name is John.
I'm Ryan.
And thanks for listening and watching.